Today we're going to be looking at some more stalkers caught on TikTok, and yet again I'm filming this video at 11 PM, so I'm not planning on sleeping tonight.
Scary stalkers caught on camera. This home security footage was captured in the middle of the night and shows a man dressed in a Michael Myers costume walking right up to a house's front door. The man can be seen holding what looks like a hammer and wastes no time in trying to open the door. After realizing it's locked, the man simply walks off, but only to return 3 more times to again try to open the door, even attempting to use his hammer to assist him in getting the door open. Luckily, after being unsuccessful, the house owners would never see this supposed home intruder again.
I mean, thank God for that. That seems absolutely terrifying. I mean, first of all, it's scary that someone literally tries to get into your house, but imagine they're wearing a Michael Myers mask. Nah, that's just pure evil. I was about to go to sleep, man. Yeah, well, I'm gonna be editing this video right as I go to sleep, so yeah, I'm not gonna be sleeping tonight. I always see these videos at night as well. It's like so stupid.
In 2017, Jerome Kennedy heard strange noises coming from the ceiling of his bedroom at night, and suspecting that someone might be up there or in the attic above him, he installed a security camera. The recording shows a man, later recognized by Jerome as his neighbor, crawling around in the attic with a drill and a torch. He then lies on a vent that overlooks Jerome's bed and his daughter's crib and looks at them for about 30 minutes.
I'm sorry, what? Why is he literally staring at their daughter for 30 minutes in the crib? Oh, that's so scary. I always hear noises up my attic as well, and I don't know if it's a human or if it's a cat or mice. That's just so freaky as well. It's the fact they caught him on camera. It's what's he doing up there sneaking around? Man, I swear these videos always show up at night. Exactly, it's TikTok is purposely doing it. My For You page during the day, my For You page at night. Exactly. It's during the day I see the cutest videos ever. At night we watch creepy videos like this, and yet again it's 11:15 at night. I really wanted to be able to sleep tonight, but apparently I'm not going to be able to.
This Twitch streamer was peacefully walking around while live streaming, when suddenly...
This guy... Whoa, what are you doing? He just started following me!
Oh, that's really weird. Why did he do that? They poker. Yet again, I've noticed a lot of these things happening in Twitch. It's really creepy, isn't it? I've seen a lot of people who are live in Twitch. It's always Twitch, and it's people find them and follow them. It's also a lot of Asian girls, I've realized. A lot of Asian girls are targeted. There's so many TikToks of, girls in Asia, just live streaming, and you can notice people following them, watching them in the background. It's so weird.
Scary video was uploaded to YouTube by CBS Sacramento in 2021 and shows an interview with a woman who is terribly worried about her family's safety because of an alleged stalker who has been appearing at their door for weeks. The man in question has been caught on camera several times by the doorbell security camera. In each shot, the mysterious man can be seen knocking insistently, saying he is from social services and that he needs to get into the house to do a checkup.
Social services. Yeah, my social services.
You need to leave!
Oh, that's so weird. Oh, yet again, people turning up at night saying they're from social services. It's nah, sweetheart, I'm gonna call social services and you. Imagine if someone wasn't that smart and they let him in. What's he there to do? Is he planning something?
This is a story time of all the crazy things my stalker used to do to get my attention. He stalked me for 6 years for reference. Honestly, I've told this story before, but I haven't told all the crazy things he would do to get my attention, so I'm gonna do that now. Also, he's no longer alive, so I'm not really concerned with this, getting to him, When he first started stalking me, I was 17 and he was in his mid-20s, and I was not aware that he was in his mid-20s, and I had went on a date with him. First thing he did was the fact that he knew where I lived was a big thing, because he obviously dropped me back off at home, and ladies, never let a man pick you up and drop you off on the first date.
Exactly, be careful how much information you tell someone, because I've been guilty of it. It's with small pieces of information, somebody can find out a lot about you. I remember I was talking to a guy on Snapchat a while ago, and I thought he was 22. Turns out he was 34.
So the first thing he did is when I first ended it with him, and I was basically you're a weirdo, didn't know you were this old, also didn't know you had a girlfriend, what? He started showing up to my house to drop me off presents at my doorstep and just showing up unannounced to say, hey, and to try to apologize. Honestly, that wasn't that scary because I was you know what, he wants to get his point across, I'll give him the one pass, but that didn't stop him for 6 years. A place called Sticky Lips, and he would show up there just to watch me work and then leave, which I've had this happen with other people too. Walk in, not say a word, and then walk out acting shocked that I worked there. And he did this several times.
She's
Someone
15,
send me
by the
gift
way.
cards off of a random number and not say who the sender was. Obviously it was him. And then when he would make his fake accounts with the Bart Simpson pictures, he'd say, I hope you enjoyed your shopping at blah blah blah. Not only did I know that the accounts with the Bart face were him because they were Bart and he had a weird obsession with Bart Simpson, he also would basically incriminate himself and be hope you enjoyed shopping at Marshall's. I actually don't think he ever sent a Marshall's one, but that was just an example. people. I always would say in my messages that my boyfriend looked like Steve Harvey, so he would also just post pictures of Steve Harvey all the time, and then he would message me and just be like, hey. And then I would look at the account to see, like, is this my stalker? And it would be, and there would be a bunch of pictures of Steve Harvey on his account. Like, thank you for that. And you guys are so frustrating with the, why didn't you make your account private? Why didn't you just block him? I did block him. He made several fake accounts, and I'm a makeup artist, so my account has to be public because I have to get clientele. The most shocking thing he did, which is kind of shocking to say this is the most shocking, but when I turned 21, I honestly thought it had stopped. Like, me and my best friend at the time, we went to the bars to celebrate like my 21st birthday, which actually ended up being like a few months later because of COVID shutdown. Basically, I posted a picture of us at this bar, but I didn't say where we were. I just kind of posted like a drink and then my friend, and then literally 10 minutes later, he messaged me off a fake account and said, I see you. And then he was at the same bar as me, just staring at me. So we left and we started walking down the strip to get home because we had parked kind of far from the bar, and he starts walking behind us, basically pretending like he's not, but he was with his friends, but he was literally following us. Message me fire emojis off of like 6 different accounts, and then just be like, do you know who this is? And then I'd block that account, and then he'd make another one, and then I'd block that one. Turns out he did this to several girls, not even just random people from my same high school. And the best part is, this is not the last time I had a stalker. Yay!
Lord almighty, that was proper weird. She did say that he's no longer alive, so I wonder what happened. Did he take his life? Did he get like shot by the police? By the sound of it, that man was very, very weird. So basically he lied to you whenever he was like 22 and you were 15 going out on dates. So yeah, he's been obsessed with you since whenever you were 15. Ugh, that's weird. It's just so interesting, isn't it? How like you can tell something's up with somebody and then it turns out it's true. Not Steve Harvey, I know. The obsession with Bart Simpson, like I'm telling you right now, Defo posted like Bart Simpson edits, which are like really sad ones. He seems like the type of person to be into that. Even though that was like a really scary experience to go for, at least you know he's no longer here. So it's like he's not like gonna torture you anymore.
One thing about me is when I was 18, I'm not gonna do the whole song because it's kind of cringy. This is the story of my crazy stalker when I was 18. I had just moved to London, had no friends other than my sister, and I rented an apartment with my sister as my first adult house by myself. I was always very cautious. I've kept it really clean, never had people over because I didn't know anyone. I was in a really nice bougie neighborhood as well. But of course I had to attract a crazy one. That wasn't just any stalker. I just wanted to know what I'm up to. No. That was an 80-year-old lady that lived at the apartment downstairs that decided to make my life living hell. She had long hair, smoky eye, the type that would probably microwave a hamster. She would chase me down the stairs with the W word. She would knock on my door and scream. She followed me to the gym. You're wondering, Anastasia, why didn't you call the police? Well, I did. Multiple times. And you know what they did? Absolutely nothing. I had to call them for them to take me to my apartment every single night. And they were too scared to come without enforcement because they'd never seen a case like that. They were too scared to enter her house. Tried getting a restraining order against her. Couldn't. I just remember being on my knees praying that nothing bad happens to me. I couldn't get out of my lease until I decided that enough is enough and I broke it. When I called the agency that rented me the apartment, they said they knew about her but decided not to tell me anything. I would call them shaking outside my house, crying hysterically. And you know what they did? They sent me a keychain. I had to go down the stairs. I was petrified and my heart was racing and I had to call someone. She would make crazy sounds, start following me. Even my last day when I packed everything, getting ready to get out of there, she was staring at me through the window, giving me the middle finger.
An 80-year-old lady, usually stalkers are men, but that's just proof that ladies can be stalkers. That was absolutely terrifying. And it's also the fact that the police were scared of her as well. It's like, what has she done in her past? Is the W word a wand? I can't think of what else it would be. And then she liked to comment saying weapon. So like this woman was literally threatening you. Also keep in mind all of this happened in London, so I'm assuming maybe it was like a machete or like a knife. But it's like, it's the fact that like you called the police and they could do nothing. Also like the owners of the apartment knew about her but didn't tell you. All of this could have been avoided if first of all the police done what they're meant to do, which is protect like people. And if like the people renting the apartment said, yeah, we got a cuckoo person, but to be fair, that makes sense as to why they wouldn't tell you. Think of it, they want to get money. But that woman is 80, like what's up with her? Is she like mentally ill? Is she schizophrenic? But it sounds as if she's a weirdo.
So I have a stalker. I met him back in 2019 when I was attending high school. And see, I had French class with him and my teacher used to always pick on him and I wasn't feeling that. And he used to like always fall asleep in class. So one day, being me, I decided, let's bring him some snacks. And I've had a lot of bad ideas in my life, and that just happened to be one of them. I don't know what changed in him, but from that day, he was just like following me. And when I mean follow me, I meant like he would sit at the cafeteria table with me and my friends, or when it was time to leave school, like he would try to say hi before I left. And at the time, it didn't really bother me. I just thought he didn't have friends. Here's where things start to get a little strange. Summertime rolls around, and I think I accidentally added him on Snapchat because At that point, I was just adding anybody back. He basically messaged me and told me who he was. I would talk to him a little bit just to be nice, but then he used to start sending me weird drawings and like creepy demonic like spells and crazy stuff, trying to manifest me into being his girlfriend. And I'm very deeply spiritual, so I don't even play like that. He was blocked effective immediately. And you would think it would stop there, but y'all, when I tell you he's probably made over 40 accounts since 2019 to now, harassing me, I'm not playing. Let's really get into it. From my Twitter to my TikTok to my Instagram, he would stay on my requests, but what I would see is so disturbing. Like from him cutting himself to him like showing him getting tattoos of me, like crazy stuff. Like, and I tried, y'all. I tried to report it to the police, the school system, but no one could do anything about it because he was simply harassing me and not threatening me. It even got to a point where he was sending me thousands of dollars on my Cash App to get me to unblock him. And I took it, but I was scared to take it. It really got to a point where I was like, should I even be worried? It's just the internet. Like, I could just block him and keep it pushing. Lo and behold, guys, I have a live show that I post on my Instagram to tell people to come to, and he comes. And he's watching me, like literally staring at me from across the room with alcohol in his hand, an arm sleeve full of slits and cuts, just staring at me, bro. I was so terrified when I seen him in person. Like, it was one of the scariest moments of my life because I didn't know what he was gonna do. Like, he could have easily just been like, and that's it. I immediately grabbed my friend and we had to run into this closet and hide because I don't know what type of time he was on. Then he popped up on me again and again, trying to profess his undying love for me. I even made a TikTok on this back in 2020. Like, this is no new news. We finally got the police involved now. So bro tried to touch me, he's gonna get the pow pow. And us women are bad. We shouldn't even have to live like this.
Notice how at the beginning of the video she was talking about how he was like the quiet, weird kid. A lot of times people usually avoid a certain kid for certain reasons. I've got a feeling maybe it's because he is that way. But oh, it's so weird, and yet again the police done nothing. Yeah, this is why I'm never going to talk to people, because you don't know what's going on in their head, and yet again it's unpredictable. It's the fact that he turned up to like her little concert and like she was like, yeah, I don't know what's going to go on here, it's unpredictable. It's just weird. Well anyways guys, that's some stalkers caught on TikTok. If you want to see me look at more creepy stalker story times, let me know, I definitely will. Press the big red subscribe button and see you all tomorrow for another video.